2024 has come and gone. I thought it was a bit of slow year, in terms of Asian dramas. Despite my critiques, there were some stories worth the wait and watch. These are my top watches of 2024. As always, please comment, like or subscribe. Mock Sol. He is a young woman with the supernatural ability to hear people's lies, leaving her disillusioned and distrustful of others. Her outlook changes when she meets Kim Do-ha, a music producer hiding next door after becoming embroiled in a murder case. As she discovers that her ability doesn't work on him, she becomes intrigued by the mysterious man. However, she realizes that her ability may need a nuance for love to grow. After struggling for 7 years without securing a stable job, Choi Jae becomes engulfed in despair and hopelessness. Believing that ending his life would be the solution, Jae is met with a surprise when he meets the entity known as Death at the gateway to hell. Death assigns him a unique punishment. Jae must endure death in 12 different bodies. To avoid his fate in hell, he must find a way to survive. After learning what death meant when they said his death would become more painful, Choi Jae becomes hellbent on revenge. Will the pain of death outweigh the hardship of life for this unfortunate soul? When a mundane office worker named Kiyoshi Adachi turns 30 years old, he discovers that he has gained the ability to read minds due to simply remaining a virgin for his entire life. The caveat, however, is that he must make physical contact with a person to know what they are thinking about. Adachi believes there is no real use for this power until he accidentally hears the thoughts of his co-worker, Yuichi Kurosa. Charismatic and dependable, Kurosa is the star of Adachi's team at work, earning praise and admiration from everyone at the office. However, deep within, Kurosa harbors an intense one-sided crush for the gloomy Adachi, a fact that Adachi only learns because of his ability. He tries to respectfully disregard this knowledge. As Kurosa treats Adachi with kindness and affection he has never experienced before, Adachi finds it increasingly difficult to ignore his co-worker's genuine advances. Underneath the bright city lights lies a blooded arena, bursting with frantic screams and roars. Strong men engage in boxing matches for money, while their audience desperately hopes that their chosen participants will bring them fortune. For the young rising star Mignon, there is only one place that is an escape from the chaos of the ring and his tough life. Mysterious underground doctor. Oh Young One offers his services to injured fighters, and the wide-eyed Mignon finds solace in his quiet infirmary. Young One is gentle and caring, always tending to Mignon's wounds that mainly come from the cruel world beyond the boxing ring. However, the doctor hides a taboo secret about himself. In a rare moment of carelessness, he exposes it to Mignon, putting his life in immediate danger. Even though Young One warns Mignon to keep his distance in order to protect him, Mignon remains stubborn and refuses to abandon the one person who makes him feel as though he truly matters. With university entrance exams and graduation drawing close, high school senior Shumei Sasaki has to start taking his future more seriously. However, Sasaki is increasingly finding it hard to study. All he can think about is his boyfriend and junior, Yoshikazu Miyano. Having only recently made their relationship official, Sasaki cannot help but yearn to hold his boyfriend close. However, with Sasaki's graduation on their minds, the couple begins to wonder what lies ahead for them both, especially as a public relationship can garner scrutiny from friends and family. Hoping for a fresh start, house husband Mosoki Fujiyoshi, his spouse Hiromu, and their toddler son, Hikari, moved to a new neighborhood. The couple's union was frowned upon by many due to Mosoki's status as an omega, a secondary gender that allows an individual to give birth. Even for an alpha, seen as the superior secondary gender, such as Hiromu, discrimination seems to be commonplace and a hindrance to a life of domestic bliss. Fortunately, the new family is not alone. Little Hikari becomes attached to Yuki Hiai, the Fujiyoshi's lonely college student neighbor. Despite his initial reluctance, Yuki ends up befriending the infant. Moreover, the family can also confide in Hiromu's childhood friend and co-worker Tomohiro Matsumatsu. Although everything is going well for the young couple and their child, a sudden presence from the past might pose a problem for the peaceful life they dearly desire. Enjoy this wholesome green flag slice of life Omegaverse story. This was my favorite BL anime of the 2024 and was worth several re-watches. My number one Asian drama watch of 2024 was Marry My Husband. Kang Ji-won's marriage to Park Min-it Hwan is strained due to his selfishness, unemployment, and a domineering mother. Ji-won is the family's sole breadwinner and does all the household chores. When she is diagnosed with terminal cancer, her world shatters further as she discovers her husband's affair with her close friend, Jung Se-minute. A confrontation leads to her tragic death at Minute-won's hands. However, Ji-won wakes up 10 years in the past, before she married Minute-won. Determined to change her fate, she plots to make Se-minute marry him instead. Meanwhile, Yoji Hyok, her colleague, secretly harbors feelings for Ji-won and conceals a hidden truth. When revenge is the goal, is there room for something else? 2025 is a new year, with new potential. As always, I will be here with the recaps and highlights of Asian dramas. Watch this space for BL or Japanese, Chinese, and Korean dramas.